Yeah. We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace, just as sure as the sun will rise. I know that Spirit watches over me, and I know that I'm protected from any harm that comes to be. We are held in the hands of grace. Put your trust and your faith in God, and you will never be alone again. When your heart becomes connected to your soul, then you'll be free to be held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. When your heart becomes connected to your soul, you will be free to be held in the hands of grace, to be held in the hands of grace.
That's okay. I'm good. Are we on? James, are you doing another song right now? Or was that was the song? I mean, not like you need to do another song. That was amazing.
So not until the beginning, right before the talk.
That's what I thought. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm just going to sort of revel in that for a few minutes. That was just so remarkable. And good morning, everybody. It's nice to have you guys here today. Happy Labor Day weekend. Big weekend, I guess, for a lot of people. And a lot of people are traveling, but we're just thrilled. And we're thrilled to have James Higgins here today with us and his wife, Wendy. Yeah, what a fabulous treat that is. And let's see, what else is there going on? I should probably do a few announcements. And I'm going to guess that there is going to be slides showing up. I can give you all the time you need. All right, so the first one is Paul Calabro is doing a class called The Art of Prayer and Meditation. It's an 8-week class. It is live, meaning that it's going to be here at the center. It's on September 17th, and it goes through November. It's on Wednesdays at 6:30 to 9:30. There's a fee of $200. There's sign-up sheets. You can sign up online or you can sign up here. Anyway, it's the thing that we do best, the thing that we do, and the most important thing that we do is we pray. So this class is all about developing and building a spiritual practice. So that is happening. And let's see, coming down next Sunday, we continue, actually we begin sort of, because we had sort of an introduction, but we're kind of getting into the meat of the bones here. We're going to end up in Rivendell. in the Fellowship of the Ring. So read book 1. It looks like it says on page 216 if you have whatever copy that is. But anyway, so we're going to be going from the Shire to Rivendell next Sunday. I'm really excited about this. You're probably going to get some of this in my, in fact, I know you're going to get some of this in my talk today because I wrote it. So yeah, this is Tolkien time, so that's happening. And then if that's not happening for you, there's New Thought in the World with myself, and that's on the 4th Sundays of the month. So the next one will be September 28th, the Feast of St. Michael. So that's going to be fun. And those are just kind of lively, unscripted. We just kind of see what comes out of our mouth and what's in our hearts and minds and just go into a conversation. And we had a very zesty one last week. Coming on October 11th, if you've not heard these guys before, they're just absolutely out of this world. Fairview Cannon, so there's going to be a concert here at the center. And it's, I can't read, I think it's from like 3 to 5 or 3 to 6, something like that. Yeah, and it's a Saturday, but anyway, these guys are just amazing. They just truly are amazing. So we got that coming down. Jim's Wellbeing on the Dow continues Sundays from 10 in the morning to 9 in the morning till 10 in the morning. Yeah, that's what it does. And so that's happening there. Open Mind Gift Shop, there's always good stuff in there. Yeah, and everything that we have that has come from other countries is already here with us. So I know that some of our vendors are writing us letters about the tariffs, but everything that we have right now is reflecting the pre-tariff prices. And there's a big sunshine there. And I'm guessing that's going to indicate prayer. Because that is the thing that we do. And so there's opportunities for prayer today. The first one is you can fill out a prayer request in the narthex there. The practitioners get together every Friday morning and we pray. So we will pray for your intentions. You can see one of the practitioners, either Andrea or Liz, who are here today, and they will pray with you. Or Laura is here today as well. You can pray with them. Or make an appointment with any one of us. Liz will also be doing a prayer circle about 10 minutes after service in the Emerson room. And I think that's it. That's it. So our question of the day. Our question of the day. What is the spiritual food that nourishes you? What is the spiritual food that nourishes you? So I don't mean to put you on the spot, James, but let me put you on the spot. Would you like to answer that?
Your talks.
Say that loud and in the virtuals already.
Your talks are what nourishes me.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's what does it for me.
All righty. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cool. You gotta use my mic back.
Okay.
Liz, how about you?
Oh gosh, there's so many things. The spiritual community, Reverend Guy, your talks, nature is where I really connect with God, with Spirit, more than any other place. Spiritual reading in the morning with my dear friend Carol. We do that in the morning. Meditation, my animals. I mean, truly the list is endless for me. There's so many places that I feel a connection with Spirit, and it feeds me. And I'm so grateful for that ability to be able to change channels, so to speak. So thank you.
Okay, so how about, are you going to do that? Thank you, Liz. So any takers here? What spiritual food? What spiritual food nourishes you? Any takers on that? Jim, oh, good.
Why is that good?
Because it just is a nice rhythm. It's familiar, you know.
Okay. Well, you had another Jim answer first today, so, you know, it's still kept in the same vein.
That's true.
For me, it's the idea of transforming ideas. When I get confronted with something and I have to wrestle with it and ultimately it leads to a transformation, that to me is just amazing.
Yeah. Right on. Anyone else? Spiritual food that nourishes you? Yes, back there, Magdalena.
Definitely deep, authentic friend conversations, community, singing together in unison.
Yeah. Anyone else? We got Paul, and then we got Clay up here at the front.
I like when I take care of myself, like like exercise lately and like my practice, martial arts. I think that feeds me. Just like, learning about myself and things like that.
Beautiful. Clay's up here. We got Betty over there.
I think what nourishes me are special people. And there's someone in the facility where I live. His name is Gus. Gus is a Native American, born here, although he is Mexican American, definitely. Gus was drafted into the war, and he fought against bin Laden. He was there on 4 years. He served 2, was injured, sent home, and given the opportunity to stay, he went back. So he spent 4 years. And since then, Gus has spent time working with other veterans and helping them adapt. And he and his wife also work at food banks in Oceanside and Vista and everywhere. He's just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person.
That's
Thank you.
fabulous, yeah. Then we have Clay up here in the front,
Okay, anybody back?
and it looks like Paul after that.
Thank you. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, I sprained my leg, and I was immobil. I couldn't get around. But 2 days ago, I woke up and had no pain. So I jumped up, and I was so ecstatic, I started doing exercises. And I've been exercising every day for the past 3 days, and rejoicing on my agility, and loving life, and just the fact that I can wake up, I hear our harvester smell brimstone. It's a great day.
Fabulous. Yep, that is true. All right. We have Roxanne over here, and then Paul, then Larry, and or Paul, then Roxanne, and Larry, or whatever it is.
For me right now, it's something that's coming back into my presence, you might say, and that's a reemergence of the gifts that God gave me in healing. Being able to use my hands and move energy, read people's minds, fix problems, and just knowing that there's a deeper purpose than just living life.
Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Okay, we have Roxanne over here, and then Larry over there. I love that people share. I love this part of the service.
Well, I'm kind of like you, Liz. I have so many different things, but what I'm going to share is when I let my body flow with the music. I've been a ballroom dancer, and it just puts me in a different world. And right now I'm doing Tai Chi, and that's the same kind of thing. I just go somewhere else when I'm doing that type of movement.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And Larry, up here.
Okay, Larry.
Yeah, well, definitely coming here every Sunday for the last, 10, 12 years. And when people talk about animals and nature, I'm in. We also study the teachings of Eckankar, which I've been studying for about 50 years. And we sing the Hue, an ancient love song to God, and that fills us with love.
All right, is that it? Okay. Paul, can I direct you to do the bell during meditation? Fabulous, thank you.
Okay, so I guess it's my time to welcome everybody. Welcome, I'm Liz, your practitioner of service today, and so happy to be here for all of you, as well as our virtual community, all of the wonderful people that follow us. Hello out there. And I'm really happy to be here this morning and seeing all of you and hearing Jim's music and hearing Reverend Guy's words and seeing my spiritual family, which you all are. And it brings joy to my life in my soul, and that's a connection for me. So it's wonderful to see all of you, to have you here, to welcome you. And I'd like to start with prayer. And as we center ourselves right now and take a beautiful, beautiful deep breath and breathe in, and then just let it go. That breath of life connects us all, not only with each other, but to God, or Spirit, or the quantum, or all the many, many names for the unknown that exists in this beautiful, beautiful universe and beyond. And I welcome all of you that are here and those that are in their homes watching. May you feel the love, the beautiful words, the uplifting of so much, the music, the energy of all of us together, praying, worshiping, just being together and comforting each other. We pray for all of those that are hurting or trying to traverse this life with pain or with any sorrow or anything. Lift them up. Spread that energy so that we may feel again that united front of connecting with each other. That is our soul work. That is why we're here, to give love and receive love. As simple as that. So with these words, I welcome you all. I thank you for being here. And I know that this service will be that the words and the music and the feeling that brings us all together and lifts us up. And I just release all of these words into that universal mind, knowing that it is already done, not only heard, but done. And with that gratitude and deep gratitude, together we say, and so it is. So this morning, our theme again continues to be freedom from discord, which is a pretty big topic. And all of us in life feel discord at some time or another. And I know that my heart is full. I have my daughter's son, husband, is going through his last stages of life. So I dedicate this reading to him, and I hope it lifts all of us up. What you seek is seeking you. Release all worry about timing. Divine enlightenment is already in motion. The frequency you long for is not separate from you. It is encoded within your soul, waiting to be awakened and woven into your very DNA. You have done the sacred work, faced your shadows, broken ancestral chains, and risen into the vibration of your deepest truth. Now, what you seek is moving toward you with divine urgency, drawn by the resonance of your soul. You are becoming a living magnet for your destiny. As your awareness expands, so does your field of attraction. Let this energy flow through you. Breathe it in. Let it merge with your essence. Make space to receive it with grace. Celebrate in advance, for it is already yours in spirit. This is your divine inheritance. The time is now. Congratulations, beloved soul, you are ready. And so it is. Now we'll have 3 minutes of quiet contemplation, so you can take these words in or anything else that's in your heart. as we slowly come back into the room, into this consciousness, again, we say thank you in deep gratitude, and so it is.
Was that your smile? Or was it sunlight through the trees? Was that your sigh? Or just a gentle breeze? Was that your voice? Or was it waves upon the sea? Is this a dream, or can it be that I'm seeing for the very first time? The rustling leaves that bring your laughter all around, the dancing wind, feet barely touching down. Oh, was that sound, or was it nature's melody? Is this a dream, or can it be that I'm seeing for the very first time? Yes, time is on our side. Yes, a seed planted in love will grow. We reach out of everything and every was that my heart? Oh, was it thunder with this rain? Was that a spark? Did you touch me once again? Was that my eyes, or are you looking back at me? Is this a miracle? Can it be true that it's possible to make one heart of two? It's not a dream. I do believe that I'm seeing for the very first. I'm seeing for the very first. Seeing for the very first time. The very first time I'm seeing for the very first time. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and I'm going to follow that. You know, James, when you were singing. And the Lord of the Rings really is in context of the Silmarillion. You can read the Silmarillion without getting into Lord of the Rings, but you really cannot get into Lord of the Rings without having an awareness of the Silmarillion. All that will be answered next week. And the Silmarillion is an incredibly difficult, arduous thing to take on, and I wouldn't recommend it alone. But in either case, in the story, there is an event that happens that I just got my attention this week, and that is two of the characters that are part of the Fellowship of the Ring have just gone through something really arduous and really hard and really bad, and they are bruised and beaten and somewhat defeated as they find themselves, having escaped something quite arduous. And in this place, they remember that they have food from the elves, something called lembas. And just eating of this magical food of the elves, as Tolkien writes, he says, the taste brought back to them the memory of fair places and laughter and wholesome food in quiet days now far away. It was that food that gave them nourish on the journey, not unlike we would say in the Hebrew myths and legends, that of manna, this mythical food that kind of feeds the soul. And what it does is it creates the opportunity to remember moments of wholesomeness, to remember moments of goodness, to remember conversations and laughter and joy, and to see and to feel, because you know the education of the soul is about remembering. You know, that is why we engage in festivals and celebrations and rituals. In fact, we will be coming up on Rosh Hashanah later this month, and we go through different kinds of things, and it's laid out plainly. We do it so that we can remember. There's something very powerful about how that feeds us and where that brings us and what it can do for us. And I think for myself, as I think about a ritual, a season, a meal, or reading these books again, or whatever the case may be, yes, I'm repeating something, but I'm also engaged in something for the first time. Because you know what? We evolve, we shift, we change. Our perception shifts. And even though it triggers a memory in us, it is in the context of the experience that we're having on this day and how it nourishes us in this moment, or where it can take us. And so there's something really good about that, you know. And as I was thinking about this, I was thinking of George MacDonald, because you know, before there was Tolkien, before there was C.S. Lewis, before there was Owen Barfield, before there was Charles Williams, all of them members of an interesting group that used to get together and smoke pipes and drink ale and talk about their writings. It was a group, they called themselves the Inklings. But before the Inklings even got together, there was an author, he was a Scottish man, his name was George MacDonald, and he was a mystic, and he was an incredible writer, and he just, if you've not read George MacDonald, his stuff is just magical. And one of the books that he wrote, it's kind of like the primer of, if you want to get into the world of fairy, or the world of the imaginal, the world of the creative process that inspired these other great authors, it's MacDonald, and he wrote a book called Fantastes, and it's an interesting, fun story, and I won't get too far into that whole thing, because the point of it is somewhere in that story, as it's going on, the main character, a man by the name of Anobos, he encounters this woman. She's a very strange woman, and she lives at the edge of the land of faerie. And periodically she has to go into this land to nourish herself, to eat of the food, to commune with the inhabitants of this magical land. And what she says is, I should be ill, she continued, if I did not live on the borders of the fairies' country and now and then eat their food or go into this. And and here's the thing, we all know this woman, or we are this woman, right? Because for some people, what we understand is we have to kind of find our place in the borderland, because it's so easy to remain so present in this world and all the things that go on in this world. And yet, if we don't feed our soul, we become ill, defeated, worn down. Our ability to imagine, our capacity to enter into the imaginal world is stilted. And when that happens, as it says in the Hebrew Bible, we become slaves into the dark land. And if all we want to do is stay rational and reasonable and present to what is happening in the world today, it will wear you down. I know this personally, and I know for several of you, you're having the same kind of experience because there's external things that are happening that are tough. They're really tough, maybe personally for you. They're really tough, or within your family or your circle of friends or whatever the case may be. I mean, we're not even talking about turning on the news or opening a newspaper. We're just talking about our lives. And sometimes there's seasons in our lives that demand a lot of us. Sometimes they can almost even feel overbearing. And if we don't take that time to nourish ourselves, then we become ill, we become vulnerable. And so self-care, that idea of spiritual nourishment. This philosopher that I read, his name is Eugene Therick, and he says this, he says, she did not occasionally visit fairyland, converse with the fairies, and breathe that atmosphere. She would fall ill. She needed now and then to taste their food. The body needs earthly nourishment. The soul needs spiritual nourishment. The body grows ill without earthly food. The soul grows ill without spiritual food. So it's for all of us to know, what is it that nourishes you? What feeds your soul? And go to that well often, whatever that may look like, and how that is. And like I said, we know that person, right? We either know this really interesting person who, they set a priority, or maybe it is us. But we also know that when we wobble. And so, for myself, one of the things that really nourishes my soul, really feeds me, is these two friends of mine. We have known each other since high school. We have been best friends since high school. And that was, I graduated in 1971. Do the math. It's been a long time, and we get together. So we get together monthly. We think that we're wild and crazy, because we'll go to Stone and we'll have one beer, and maybe a toke, but we'll have a conversation, and we'll be into this conversation that happens, and it's just so nourishing, because all of us were sort of, we were introduced into a spiritual path that included Tolkien and Teilhard and Wendell Berry. We were exposed to these younger, and we've kept these conversations going through all our lives, through marriages and children and grandchildren and careers and one thing or another. But we've kept the conversation going, and how much I look forward to that conversation of this monthly get together, and how enriched I feel. Andrea saw me Friday night as I walked in, and she says, "You are just so happy right now," and I was like, "I am so happy right now," I kind of, after a really tough week, because I'm dealing with some things with my stepfather and all that looks like, and it was just, it gave everything a level of perspective just to take that. As I'm speaking, I'm also thinking, this is the whole essence of the Jewish calendar, because the Jewish calendar is built around the Sabbath. We think, oh, it's a lunar calendar, it's just that. It's built around the Sabbath. And what is the meaning of the Sabbath? To enjoy. to enjoy. It's not to rest, because then we're starting to lay our values on it. Yeah, because we're a culture that is addicted to production. So we think, yeah, you get to unplug and sharpen the blade, or whatever that saying was. No, that's not what the Sabbath is for. It's not to rest, it's to enjoy. And there's something refreshing and powerful about how we enjoy that thing that is ours, that honors us and blesses us. But anyway, so in this conversation that we were having on Friday night, we were talking about Tolkien, because we're all, we're Tolkien nerds, and we were talking more than Tolkien, I suppose. But I'm trying to think, the Tolkien thing and the Lembas and that whole thing kind of got to where that is. But what it reminded me of is just how essential for myself, and maybe for you, what is it that if you're not getting it, you start to wobble. And for me, it's because I think I am a hobbit by nature. It is to sit down with good friends and have a beer and talk well into the night about one thing or another. It is a good conversation. The Russian philosopher Alexander Petrovsky says it this way. He says, if I learn that there is someone with whom I could have a good conversation, I am willing and ready to crawl on all fours to get there. Because, what is it? It's that pearl of great price for each and every one of us. That thing that we are willing to do no matter what. And my injunction is, do that thing. Do that thing, and do that thing often. Because how often do I'll speak for myself personally, I know the things that nurture me, and then I will get distracted on the whole thing that's going on here, and self-care is often the first thing out the window. And somehow or another, I think that's a good idea. And somehow or another, I think that I will do better by not getting enough sleep and getting enough rest or working out, or whatever the case may be. There is that injunction that should be a priority. St. Francis Xavier said that we should meditate for a half hour every day unless we're really, really busy, and then we should do an hour. Because it's how we find balance in all of this. And so what I want to offer then is a conversation that we have, the three of us, is a conversation that I invite you this week to have. And there are three conversations because there are three different aspects. And it's this, to consider the Holy One of the past. Because this idea of the divine, this idea of God exists in our perception through time and space. And there's the experience of God that is the God that was. And this is where our memories, our stories, the God that was is the one that holds our past. And in that, we can look at the different events in our life and share them and celebrate or cry or laugh or whatever can be. But in all of them, we are given the opportunity to say, yeah, even in that thing that so sucked, God was there. Even in that thing that I didn't want to do, I did. And my life changed forever for the good. I think of that, as I'm speaking this, I'm thinking of the reason I am standing in front of all of you guys today as the senior minister of this community is because back in the early 2000s, I was with a buddy, and he and I got into a pretty serious accident. It was the kind of accident, where you stop and you look at each other and we're like, are we dead? It doesn't seem like we're dead, but we could have been, because we're seeing traffic coming the other way because our car spun around on the freeway. And I remember shortly after that accident, it became really clear to me that I was done with excuses of why I had not gotten into the school of ministry and went. Because all of a sudden it was like, I almost died. And as a result of that, it was like, well, then I didn't. and I want to live. And if I want to live, I want to answer that call that has been nagging me for years and simply say yes to it. So that is the God that was. But there's also the God that is. And what that means is about being present to this moment. How is that divine presence in your life now? Now, in this moment. Here's a pro tip. When we think of the God that was, when we think of the God that is, it can easily lead us to gratitude if we let it. Because what it is inviting us to do is to use our conscious mind to direct our perception to that place that, as Ernest Holmes calls, that infinite sea of possibility. That even in this thing, there was the presence of the divine that was there. Even in this moment now, in these things that appear like they really suck, what I know is I'm being nourished, I'm being supported, I'm being guided, and all I really need to pay attention to is what is my next indicated step, and that will bring me to the divine of what will be. And I guess the thing about that is that divine presence that we will experience when we're beyond the world that we know now. Beyond the world that we know now. Another way, I was talking to a member of our community about this. Another thing is, it's the practice of surrender. I don't know how to get there. I think I do. I know what I need to do now, but I don't know where it will lead me. There's this wonderful line in The Hobbit where he talks about, beware when you step outside your front door and get on that path. You have no idea where it's going to lead you. And that's the reality. As Hartmut Rosa says, a controlled world is a dead world. A living world is filled with surprises. We live in an uncontrollable world. And that's the beauty of it, because there's an intelligence that is awakening and guiding, and we get to be part of that. And so again, the question is, what feeds our soul? Where do we find that nourishment? By remembering when the divine was present at a time that we didn't think that it was. A remembering of, in this moment now, there is a power greater than myself, but it avails itself to my use. And there is a God that will be, that which leads us to the new, to the agile, to the novel, to what is unfolding, that we don't have to have the answer to it. And the invitation is each of those is a portal into the imaginal. Each of those is a portal into what Tolkien and MacDonald would call the land of fairy. And the thing about the land of fairy, as Eugene Terrakin says this, he says, the more you roam in fairy, or the more you avail yourself to the imaginal, the deeper you will long to go. And when you return, you cannot wait to get back. You need your cloud of witness, those who speak words of power to you and awaken you from slumber. You cherish those words. You know they are food from heaven because they make you whole. And at the very beginning of this service, I asked the question, what feeds your soul? And you know that it feeds your soul because participating in it, you feel whole. Happy Labor Day, y'all.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who that I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and I see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me so free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when I feel that I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals me, love that sets me so free. There is only love. In this moment, oh, in this place, I remember who that I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and I see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals me, love that sets me so free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only, God, there's only love. Love that heals me, love that sets me so free. There is only love. Love that heals me, love that sets me so free. There is only love.
Thank you, James. That was beautiful. There's only love. I think there are only two basic emotions, love and fear, and all of the others are derivatives of those. And Reverend Guy's talk about what feeds our soul, what creates love within each of us that can carry us through. For me, it's so many things that we've already talked about, but that's a beautiful song. Thank you. So this is the time for conscious giving, and what that means is just a flow of energy of, this is my spiritual home, and I hope for many of you, it is yours too. I know that I come here to be renewed, to be refreshed, to allow the problems or the pain of different things to kind of roll off of me and center me and ground me. So for that, I'm very, very grateful, and I want to give of myself, not only for my money, but also for serving. And so many of us do serve this beautiful community. So if you choose to give today, realize that whatever you're giving, and if you are giving in your service or other ways, know that it is a flow of energy. And so today I choose to give. So if you do, hold whatever you plan to give at your heart. And just have this consciousness of saying thank you. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing this beautiful place to exist, for Reverend Guy's words, for the beautiful music, for everything that lifts us up, and for the community of sharing and the food that we're going to have later. All of it is so beautiful. So we say thank you, and so it is.
So I want to thank Michael Greeley because he said that whatever was collected today, he's going to match it. So, so thank you. Of course, I'm kidding, but I'm just grateful for Michael. So I just want to point out, so for those of you in the virtual world, we would love your feedback because we know that there's been some real issues with sound and how it's working. I want to just say that Jeff and Mike and Steve have been here at least 3 days this week, if not more, working and diagnosticating. Yeah, like that's a word. Or whatever they have been doing, they have been working diligently on correcting that. So I want to just thank you guys so much for coming in and giving of your time and your talent to get this working, and hopefully we're working the bugs out. So thank you for that, and I want to thank our greeters today also, who are just so stalwart in there every Sunday practically greeting, and it's wonderful. And I know that we've got Mike and Ann and Julieta in the kitchen this morning doing what they're doing, and anybody else that has been of service today. I know that Reverend Laura is in the back. If there's any children, she's with them. People that serve at the different levels, just thank you so much. And especially James and Wendy for driving up here, and James sharing his voice. I got to tell you, I was just so touched today by your music. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And so to anybody else, and if I've missed anybody, please forgive me. It's not scripted, so I sometimes forget things. So anyway, I want to thank you all for that. And I invite you next Sunday as we, I'm so excited, I just can't wait. The World According to Tolkien is what we're doing, and the classes that Paul's got going on. And again, if your heart's been touched in any way, please do not leave without prayer. And thank you for being here today on today. It was a warm day and it's a holiday and you guys showed up to boot. So thank you for that. And let's see, is there anything else I need to say? We're good. Prayer circle, I already said that. It's going to happen. Yeah. But thank you. Anything else? Anything else? So I want to also just invite people. First of all, I want to say hello to Denise and Sherry and Howard and Brigitte and anybody else that's out there. I know that you're there, and I'm just so grateful and just love you guys so much. And thank you for being part of our virtual community as we're building that. And I'm sorry that you won't be there for the reading circle, but I'm working on something for you guys out there virtually. I'm working on it. So it should be launched next week, so I haven't forgotten you. It's kind of cool. I can't see you, but I'm looking at that sun, and it's just very inspiring because I know I'm just speaking into the light. Yes, Jim.
Did you want to say anything about October 5th?
Oh, yeah. So October 5th, Jim and I are going to do service together, and we're going to have a conversation about free will and determinism and what that looks like from different perspectives. And I think that could be interesting. And I know it's going to be great because it's already been preordained. Because I believe in that so much. So anyway, let's see. Anything else to say? I guess the best. Oh, yes. So a member of our community, Gary Richard. Gary Richard is having some pretty significant health challenges. I'm going to leave relatively early because he's in hospital. So I'm going to go see him this morning. I talked to him earlier. So just hold him in your prayers. Just hold him in good thoughts of just knowing that his body, which he would say himself is intelligent and knows how to bring itself to healing. So we just want to affirm with him on his healing path. So with that, I just bless this time. I'm just so grateful for the music. It reminds us at the end of the day that there is only love. I'm grateful for each and every person who shared so powerfully the things that nourished them, because that nourishes all of us to know that we are part of something greater than ourselves. And I just hold for this day that at some point during this day, something, somehow or another, catches our attention and surprises us. That something brings us to a place of amazement and wonder and awe, that brings us up out of our own self and our own conditions, which we may preoccupy us, and remind us that in our life, the God who was reminds us, the God who is surrounds us, and the God who will be is luring us into a greater experience of flourishing. That is my blessing. I give thanks. I let it be. And so it is. All right, Jim, take us home.
Think of your fellow man. Lend us a helping hand. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. You see it's getting late. Oh, don't hesitate. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. And the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. Just you wait and see, yeah. Another day goes by, still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. Don't you just hesitate, don't you ever wait. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just you wait and see, wait and see, yeah. You just wait around, don't you go look around. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. I just don't want to wait. I will never hesitate. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. And the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. Just you wait and see, yeah. Put a little love in your heart every day and every way. Put a little love in your heart. Don't you worry about it. Put a little love in your heart. I love it when you put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend.